All right, we are live. Hey, everybody, Gardner here. It's Fun Fact Friday. It is Friday. I don't know about you. It might as well be Monday or Sunday or Wednesday because the first week of May has been a complete and utter nonstop kind of nonstop week. It's been a great week for me. And I realized it's been like 2 weeks since I've done a Fun Fact Friday. So, excuse me. I thought I'd share a little story time with James today, and just kind of reminiscing a little bit about my book. This could easily go on my Wednesday writing reflection. However, it is kind of a fun fact Friday tidbit, so I thought I'd share it with you. Everyone and the grandmother knows that rowing is my love, and the thing that has changed my life. However, I was really into football as a young kid, and for those of you on the East Coast that know me, you know how very very small and fragile and timid I was growing up. And my best friend of mine, Dave, who lived next door, him and I used to play football every day. We'd throw catch in the streets, run from telephone pole to telephone pole. We'd have the street would be the inbounds play, and of course the neighbor's lawn, much to their chagrin, would be out of bounds, and so forth. Right. So we would always be running on their lawn or diving, and sometimes taking out a fence post, which is a true story. You know, the old style wooden fences that went across, and more than one occasion, Dave would run these receiving routes, and sometimes get overzealous and take out a fence, which we got yelled at a few times. Anyway, I was a Dallas Cowboy fan growing up. Why? Because it was America's team. Because I grew up with Roger Staubach on my wall, big poster of the famous Dallas Cowboys quarterback, and I wanted to be a quarterback. So for kind of a bone rack, which is what I was, a very scrawny, short bone rack, I could throw the ball fairly well, actually. I kind of did. If I can just toot my own horn, I could throw it on a rope, and I wanted to play football. I had the helmet, I had the shoulder pads. Never played football. My parents, especially my mom, did not want me playing football at all because, quite honestly, I would have got crushed. I would have got steamrolled. So, flash forward to freshman year in high school, and I was still very much a bone rack, mind you. I didn't play competitive sports in middle school. Right, got cut from the basketball team, and I was too chicken shit to play in the baseball team because everyone seemed to be growing and I wasn't. So I maybe this is where the warrior in me comes in, because I don't know how I was probably 130 pounds, maybe. I don't even know how I had the balls enough to walk into the gymnasium and join the freshman football team without ever playing football, organized football, in my life. And of course, it was our high school was very big, and they had, so the freshman team was kind of like, they don't really cut anybody from the freshman team. Okay, great. So so I showed up, and I remember the coach, I think his name was Joey Gilmartin, I believe was his name, and he just said, "Okay, everyone go in the side room or whatever, grab your pads and all this stuff." I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I mean, I put on shoulder pads because I had kind of play shoulder pads as a kid. And so I kind of just, looked around and saw people who had the thigh pads. They were sticking inside their pants and things like that. So I show up in the field, and they said offense or defense, and I went offense. And they said, "Well, what position do you want to play?" I said, "Quarterback." I said, "Okay, go over there." So that very first day, they put me out as safety, and then of course, like I said, no one get cut. So anyway, try to keep this, because there's so many layers to this. I'll try to keep it short and sweet. I ended up being the backup quarterback for the team. So in the practice, I showed up, and I'll never forget this. Second or third day of wearing pads. I never hit anybody. Like, I played tackle football, on the side of the yard, but not full bore with pads on. It was just like out of the movies. They had a lineup hitting drill, and I looked across at this guy through my helmet, and I remember his face. It was like he was a runaway bull in Spain, and needless to say, he just, I don't know, he basically planted me about 3 feet deep when he took me out. But I got up, and I did it again, and I got up, and my bell was completely wrong. Make no mistake about it. However, I'll never forget, that guy's name was Steve Williston. Steve Williston. And the last time he cleaned my clock, he helped me up with his hand, and we became good friends all throughout high school. Once the few practices were over, and the quarterbacks, we didn't really get hit. Anyway, the starting quarterback was a guy named Ron Govin, and really nice guy, a lot taller than me, played football in Pop Warner. So I was always the backup, and I was so tiny that I actually had to drop back literally an extra 5 yards if and whenever I had to pass, which was very rare in practice. I couldn't see. I couldn't see over the lineman. That's a true story. Anyway, we were not very good. We lost every game. However, it was probably the second to last game or third to last game of the season. I can't remember. Ron, the starting quarterback, got injured. So this guy got the call to be the starting quarterback. And I remember shitting my pants the whole bus ride up, and got out on that field. And I went under center the very first time, and I saw those linemen just smelling the raw meat. They wanted me so bad. They just were going to tear one off me. And after that very first snap, which I'll never forget, I handed to Mike Parsons, fullback, running back. I can't remember which, but it was Mike Parsons. After that, I settled in. And lo and behold, we actually won the game. We won our only game of the year when I was quarterbacking. And then I never proceeded to play football again in my life. So I learned my lesson. However, it played a part in my journey. And that's why it has a place in my book. It has a place in me kind of really stepping into that whole high school arena and really starting to discover myself and really learning to live. So I wanted to share that on Fun Fact Friday. So even if you're small, weak, timid, asthmatic, muscles don't come with any shirt you wear, but you can throw a football, and you have the stones enough, the cojones to put yourself out there, you can make a lasting memory that you'll never forget. And maybe you share with people one day if they want to listen to it. And you can always draw back on and draw some confidence. All right. Mad love to the courageous. Fun Fact Friday. Love you guys. Have a great weekend. If I can find where my end broadcast button is. There we go.